be able to see that the screen is on, because this runs this is the power for the controller.
So they'll come like on portable batteries.
Right. Will you show us how they come?
Yeah.
Yep. So they're gonna come like this. It's not gonna be doing that.
Ideally. We see that. So they'll come in the bag on 2 batteries, and they'll probably even have a whole backup bag. So you don't have, batteries do come out this way. You won't have to worry about that. If you needed to change a battery, you just simply push the button and pull it out, and then pop a new battery in. So that's pretty straightforward. For the monitor itself, this provides power, so this has to be plugged in just to red outlet. Then this cord here,
And you'll know.
Where's the on button?
You'll know there's no on button.
Oh.
Yeah. So you'll know that it's good when this is green.
Mhm.
Okay.
I mean.
and I usually like to see this too. There is a little switch in the back. Occasionally, it's just a little rocker switch. This won't have words on it, so I just flip the switch in the back. So there's a white and a black cord. So you just do one at a time. This particular pump does have a backup battery inside of it, but we just do one at a time. The white cord gives you the data here. So if you do the black cord first, nothing will come on the screen, although it will be providing power. So we always just do the white one first. You line the half moons up opposite each other, push them in and screw it down. As soon as you do the white one, it'll start receiving data. And when I see this, I know I'm good on power. And so then you'll just do the other connection. So the black one.
And obviously, if our pump was in water, then we would have flow.
Yeah,
Just
this
so you know, but
it's
that's
a
not
little
what
dry.
that's
So now you have your clinical screen. If there's any alarms, obviously it'd be making usually a terrible sound, and then it'll tell you here. These will, if they have low, there you go, singing the song of its people. So this will,
alarm.
what?
That was a flow alarm.
That's a low flow alarm on this pump. It will alarm a low flow if it gets less than 2.5. Automatically, we can't change that setting on these. So how to change parameters here. So you have your flow, pump speed, so obviously it's pretty high. The PI, which tells you on the how much you're like ejecting out of your left ventricle. On the HeartMate 3, if it's low or high, if it's low, I usually think low volume, hypovolemia. If it's high, I usually think blood pressure issues, so maybe you're hypertensive. So that can kind of give you a guide, and then your power. So then the next screen over is settings. This is where you'll go to make adjustments. There is a pump stop, so you can depress that for 10 seconds. So if I start to push this, I have to hold it for the whole 10 seconds to stop the pump. If I release before, it will resume again. So if you actually want to have it stop, you have to depress for 10 seconds. But to change the speed, there's a fixed speed adjust. And I can, oh man, this is crazy. I can increase my value or decrease. So just by decreasing, I can drop to 56 or whatever you want if you're having suction. It goes by 100s, and then hit enter, and it will change your speed. So you're in the settings screen.
So that's how you turn it up and down.
Yep, fixed speed, and then you're adjusting your RPMs up and down.
Wow, it takes several
Yes.
buttons to make it happen. It's not that easy.
No.
The other part is there is a low speed limit. So these have the set speed they're running at. And then if for whatever reason it has a hard time maintaining the 5600 volume, maybe they're going from laying to standing, it will drop to that low speed limit, let the ventricle fill a little bit more, and then creep back up. So if
you go lower than that,
It'll
that
alarm.
low speed, I mean, it's not any big deal, or that's what it's just, the alarm, that's what the alarm is telling you, is it just, your fixed speed is lower than the low speed limit.
So there'll
It's
just
not
be
a-
an alarm for
yeah.
it.
And you could adjust that if you guys want to. It's
Okay,
not
so
gonna be a big
typically,
deal.
when we're saying, oh no, we're sucking down, could you turn down the speed? How much do you turn it down by typically?
200 maybe, and kind of see.
I think it depends, I mean, you guys have a lot better view with your echo.
Right.
I mean, so you can, until
think
you
it's a couple
see
hundred
that the
over, right?
ventricle is better.
Right,
then
right,
you could keep-
but the first go, usually take it down a couple hundred and then see
Yeah.
what happens.
Mhm. And I think the low clinical speed on these is like 48 or 5,000.
Yeah, 48 or so.
4,800.
So it takes a while to get there.
Well,
You could drop it right away. I mean, you could go here and just drop it as low as you want, and then so I just went to 48, and so now it'll work its way down. But, I mean, just a couple of seconds for this one. But then the OR nurses will be disconnecting this, so I don't think you guys, at the end of the case, will have to worry about
We do.
that
So
part of
if
it.
you guys are gonna be on the monitor, I guess you will stop the pump from the monitor.
Do we wanna be walked through how to turn it off properly?
So
That-
if you stop it on the monitor, do you still have to plug the little red thing in to keep it from screaming? And
That's
That's a
for this
different-
one.
oh, that's a different one.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's always, I know the circulating nurses especially hate that part of the case because they like have to like run and throw it down the
Yeah,
hall.
so so if you stop it here,
You hold down, it's gonna alarm.
So do you recommend, if we're gonna do a transplant of an LVAD explant, removing the backup battery in the,
I think that's a lot of time for you guys, I don't know that.
it takes a few, I mean, I think we could all remove the backup, just to avoid the extra alarming.
You definitely can, that is definitely an option. The tools are usually in the
Yeah.
patient's backup bag,
And they're usually in each
in
OR,
a
too.
pocket, but, I mean, it takes screwing the
wouldn't
back
it
of
be better
the.
just to push the button and make it go to sleep?
Whatever's the easiest.
You have to disconnect everything.
does the
Right,
heart rate-
if the controller is under the drapes, correct, is that right?
Yeah.
Most likely, and then they stop it here, somebody's gonna have to get under there.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, we could show you, so it's
The other
pretty
option you could
easy.
do so that it doesn't alarm, that if you drop the speed to, hang on, I wrote it actually down. You can do the 4-hour extended a silence alarm, option. So if you drop it less
I think it's
than
4,000.
3,900. So if you drop the speed to 3,900, there's an option that says extended, alarm silence, and that will silence it for 4 hours.
Hmm.
So whatever you guys do,
It, like,
it
pops
will
up
not
right here.
alarm.
But then what happens? We leave it in the hallway?
No,
4
so
hours
then when the
later?
case is done, right, and the patient moves over, the circulator can disconnect everything from the controller, right?
Oh, I see.
And put it in sleep mode. So that might be, I mean,
But I
there's
don't-
that
4
option,
hours
or you could take
may
the
not be
backup
enough.
battery
Yeah.
out.
Can you put it on 4 hours and then like disconnect it and it won't alarm? You know what I'm saying? And then take the batteries and stuff off? Because it's not that hard for the circulator to get to the device. It's usually just right on the side of the bed. It's more that
They can't
it alarms
get to it.
for 2 minutes and then the surgeons are annoyed.
Yes.
Well, and we're
So-
always right by the device too.
It's pretty
Yeah.
easy, I mean, cause we have how-tos as well on how to do this.
Yeah.
So how to just get this thing to shut the heck up. As it knows I'm gonna disconnect it. You just have to disconnect both power,
Okay.
take the drive line out, so there's this little flip in the back. Push the red button, pull the drive line out. And then you push and hold the battery button for 6 beeps,
And it'll put it to sleep.
and it's
Oh.
done.
Oh, wow.
That
I
sounds
think that's.
That's-
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah,
the-
that's what we need to know,
Is
yeah.
that easier than,
Oh,
you
for
don't
sure.
wanna remove
Oh, yeah.
the
Yeah.
internal
Yeah.
battery
It just
and all
can't
that?
have power attached to it. If it has power, it won't give you the option to put it to sleep. So
Okay.
battery's off,
Drive
drive
line
line out, and then it's I mean, if you start holding the wrong button, it won't do anything, so
Whereas
it's,
the other one is one power out.
actually, that
in.
one's pretty easy, and we'll show you
Yeah,
how.
do that one
One
next.
that everybody freaks out on.
So this one is both
Is
powers
this,
out.
Drive line
disconnect the
out,
drive line,
and then it's
hold
the battery button.
battery.
Okay.
Yeah.
it'll start counting down.
Okay.
And that's, and then this was for the 3, is the 2?
Exactly the same.
Okay.
Exactly the
Yep,
same.
just the
Okay,
pumps
just
are
making
different.
sure. Yeah,
Yep.
just making sure.
Okay. So the hardware, the
Okay,
HVAC.
hold on one sec. Does anyone have any other questions on the HeartMate, or does that
No,
sound?
but you know what, we totally need to just like have a print it up.
Yeah,
With
Yeah.
pictures,
Agreed.
you know,
Did
how do
you
we do
guys
this?
make the binder that's in the? in
You
the
know, I actually,
for it?
no, I don't think we did unless Camilla did.
That binder's pretty old and then we'd have to look through it, but, so if we make a little how-to with pictures pointing, you know,
We could
this is
just
the
give it-
button. So you wanna know
put it
how to
to-
change the
like-
speed.
We wanna know how to plug it in, how to change the speed, and how to turn
Yeah.
the whole thing off.
We could just give it to you guys.
Yeah, that'd be great.
The laminate, we'll put it in the,
Yeah.
2 copies, put on the wall.
Yeah.
You remember that, those three things?
And on poles.
And on poles, yeah.
And what?
We'll put it on our poles, and then we'll laminate and put it on our wall in both rooms.
Okay, okay.
That would be so good.
So the HVAC, right, it looks,
Like, turn the pump off. Turn it off. Turn it
one
off.
difference between these two is that when you're on this power module, this provides the power. But when you're on this monitor for the HVAC, you still have to have power. So the most likely the patient will be on batteries, okay? And this is what this kind of system looks like. So this would be the setup. And hopefully maybe they have a bag and, so two batteries and the controller. So,
I can hold things.
okay. So the monitor here